How's it going? It's your buddy Scott back here with Name That Tune. I believe this is episode 7. We had a little gap in between this episode and the last. I don't know if there's a global pandemic happening where you are, but it's happening here. And mentally, it kind of affects my productivity over time. There are times where I'm very creative and lots of output, and there are times where, I don't know, man, stuff takes over, life takes over, etc. But we're here. My buddy Sean Powell, who was the best man at our wedding, gave me a list of songs for this week's Name That Tune. So I'm gonna make my way through those. Hopefully you get as many of them as possible. 1 point per song, plus a bonus. Put your score in the comments. Don't actually write out the names of the songs because that'll mess up other people who are coming fresh. But let's go ahead and play. Tune number 1. This is classic rock, so I think most people should know this. This next tune used to be covered by our band in college. We actually even played it a few times at Rockwood in the earlier days. This next one's a classic. I don't really think it needs any introduction. This next one is more classic rock. This riff, you recognize the riff, you may not remember the name of the song. This one has multiple parts, so this is going to be one that I'm going to overdub a few parts on, and I'm going to use a metronome to do this. I actually bought a new metronome, this one, that has a headphone jack, that way I can like follow the metronome with a click as I play this, so it'll be easier to sync up in post. This next tune, more recent. I'm not going to give you any hints because it may be really easy as is. This next tune, I'll give you hints from the 90s. This next tune, late 90s, that's your hint. From the OOs. That's the only hint I'll give you. This is going to be hard for some people. This track is from the butt rock genre. I hope you get it. This is from the 90s. If you're from a red state, MAGA country, fuck that guy by the way, then you may know this song. It was a smash. If not, oh well. Jimi Hendrix from his debut album, Are You Experienced? And the track is Hey Joe, which itself is a cover. It's a Billy Roberts song. Epic. This is just the bedrock of rock and roll. I mean, we should all know this kind of stuff. This book is actually great. It's a transcribed score, so it has every part from the record. So when you're looking at the music, it has like drums and bass and guitars and everything in it. Pretty awesome. This is the album, The Hardest Button to Button. I'm actually proud of us in our wisdom of our youth covering this song. You know, at the time, Tallahassee didn't have like a much hipsterism to it, but we were playing a lot of those bands. I mean, like Death Cab for Cutie, The Strokes, The White Stripes, Kings of Leon. Like, I don't know that a lot of other people were doing that. It's Prince, maybe his best tune of all time. Purple Rain, Led Zeppelin, complete studio recordings. That is, of course, The Ocean. It's the last song on Houses of the Holy. Epic record. I remember getting into these records on tape, cassette tape, in elementary school. Well, it's the Grateful Dead, Uncle John's Band, Soundgarden, and the track is Fell on Black Days. When I saw this tune listed from Sean's list, I couldn't even have told you what the song sounded like. I haven't heard this in a long time. So, I know it now. But I wanna know that, but that riff, I couldn't have, you held a gun in my head, I couldn't have sung it to you. Semisonic is the band. Closing Time. Dan Wilson from Semisonic went on to be a smash songwriter. He's been the co-writer on most of Adele's big hits, believe it or not. Sean is maybe a bigger fan of Grizzly Bear than I am, but I also love Grizzly Bear. I've seen them several times. In 2008, this was a semi-hit for them. It was in an Apple commercial, probably for an iPod. That was Higher by Creed. And I don't have the book. I didn't go try to look for it. I didn't buy it. I might not ever buy it. I mean, if it's $4 or $3 online, yeah, I'll probably get it. Got signed in Tallahassee, Florida, where Allie and I went to college, several of our friends as well that are up here. And because they got signed, for the next 2 or 3 years, this is like the prime years I was in college, 5 other bands, all butt rock in genre nature, got signed out of Tallahassee. Achy Breaky Heart by Billy Ray Cyrus. This is part of this book I got called Contemporary Country that came out in the 90s that I have since obviously gotten on eBay or through some Goodwill online or something. That was a huge hit, early 90s, and apparently the same people that produced it also produced Redneck Woman by Gretchen Wilson. Can't remember the year it came out, who cares. But it was the same kind of smash. That song was everywhere. Where was the artist afterwards? Gone, like one hit wonder, like Vanilla Ice style. Hope you enjoyed it, hope you get some of these right. Put your score in the comments and we'll take a look and see who did the best. There are a lot of you that post your scores and I appreciate it. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow this link, it'll take you to where you can go subscribe. I need 2 people to subscribe to hit 75 subscribers. Big milestone. Thanks for playing, and we will see you soon. Keep an eye out for my best of lists coming up, probably next few days. Appreciate it.